Church and state problem.
Hello, welcome to my channel, Other People Who File Creeds. I'm Greg, and I am here today with a guest, Alan from Big Hard Books and Classics.
Hey,
And we are going to do another dual tag that was written by my wife. I do not know the questions in this tag, so they're going to be as big a surprise to me as they are to Alan. So the tag is Church and State. Take it away, Prompt Master.
Okay, first question for church and state. Name and describe a favorite book that either involved a religion or religious figure or a government and head of state.
That one's easy for me. Robert A. Caro's biographies of Lyndon Baines Johnson. There are currently 4 of them, and he is writing a 5th. And they are possibly the best biographies that I've ever read. I listened to the first 2 on as audiobooks, and then I read the second 2 on Kindle. And in the second volume, he is describing how Johnson was running for the Senate in Texas. And it is very clear to this author that Johnson cheated in his Senate race. There were a group of 200 people who voted after the polls closed, and they were so kind to vote in alphabetical order.
what was the question again?
Favorite, name and describe a favorite book that features either a religion or religious figure,
Yeah, I'm
or
good.
a government or a government figure.
Sorry, I picked the government figure.
I'm going to go with Cat's Cradle. You ever read that?
Oh
Vatican?
yes, I love
It's got a
that.
total religion to it. Bokononism.
Busy, busy, busy.
Bokononism. Yeah, Vatican. I've been in a Vatican kick this year. I've read like 6 of his books, buddy reading them with people.
Kurt Vonnegut came up with a very odd religion in that one, and I was thinking, if I were religious, I could go for the Bokonism.
Yeah, but I mean, I just read that a few months ago, and I can't remember the creed of it. Is it like be kind to everybody, or do unto others, like the golden rule?
It is something like that. I just remember the phrase is busy, busy, busy.
And you have a karas. Your karas is the people you meet, so you're part of my karas.
You're part of our karas now, and it's based on calypso music. It's Kurt Vonnegut. He's just making fun of religion.
Okay,
Next question,
next question.
please.
In your opinion, which is more powerful, the Catholic Church or the U.S. government, and why?
That's a good question. Wow. I could go either way with that.
I think at one time the U.S. government was more powerful, and not. Well, this is the thing about politics, though. It's going to get political. I think the United States government took a huge hit in credibility and power in the Trump administration. I'm not sure that we are ever going to recover our prestige, and maybe we will, but we used to be a symbol of freedom for the entire world, and now they look at us and say, you're no better than us.
Well, what about the Catholic Church? Because they've had some huge.
They've had some huge scandals as well.
Been around a lot longer than the United States.
A lot longer. and their power is also
Peter.
on the wane. That fewer and fewer people are joining the Catholic Church.
Yeah, they've been hit with a lot of scandals too, bad ones.
Very bad.
So both powers on the wane.
So
I
I'm
would
not going to say either one. Is
I would
I'll
say
say the Catholic Church.
I'm still going to say the United States government is right now more powerful, but that could change soon.
And why do you think?
Because we have I say we, like they have so much influence and sway over opinion and people's behavior, and then the politics, especially with the right. But then, like, some of the right don't even believe. I was having a conversation with somebody who was saying believes the Catholics aren't even Christians. You know, get that fringe of I don't even continue the conversation after that.
Okay.
All right.
Tell about a book that you read that was set in a theocracy, fictional or non-fictional.
Obviously, The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
That just comes to mind as the most powerful book about a theocracy right now. And again, that took a huge rise in credibility in the Trump administration. It was always an admired book, but women did not dress up as handmaids before the Trump administration. And a lot of that also was the TV series just happened to coincide with the Trump administration. And those two just, or I'd say, the show and the book fed. The Trump administration was like giving them nourishment.
Have you read the sequel?
I have read the sequel, The Testaments. I do not actually recommend The Testaments.
I like Margaret Atwood though.
I do like, I've read 8 books by Margaret Atwood, and Testaments finished his 8th.
I like The Edible Woman.
I have not read The Edible Woman.
Oh, you didn't? It's one of my highest rated reviews. I don't know why.
I should put that on my list as something to read in the future.
So, Alan, can you think of any books that you've read that are set in the theocracy?
I was just going to go with that too. Off the bat.
That was low-hanging fruit, right? And the Testament also is set in the same theocracy.
Now,
Later.
another one that you could add would be The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that.
We were. I think you just mentioned about Khaled Hosseini and Powell,
He was here for a signing last year.
and that was under the Taliban, and it described how the Taliban came to power.
That's a great book. I like him.
Yeah.
A Thousand Suns. Was that one of his?
It's one of his books, but I have not read that one.
That's good. It's 2 female characters, but Taliban.
Okay.
Okay. In your opinion, what is the most interesting religion and why?
My purse does not need a chair.
Well, I've been like a card-carrying Buddhist since the 80s. It's pretty interesting. You want to go with a religion that likes worshiping idols. It's all right.
There are parts of Hinduism that I greatly admire, and in the Hindu religion, they have this god called Vishnu, and Vishnu is an all-important god, and taken away, you could call him super god. And under super god is all the lesser Hindu gods.
Now, is he married to Shiva?
No, Vishnu is above all the other gods. Now, but in their theology, you would have Vishnu, or the super god, and under one branch you would have all the Hindu gods, and under another branch you would have the god of Judaism, and then the god of Christianity, and the god of Islam, and the gods of Wicked. So all religions are a path to the super god. So there is no, in their theology, there is no incorrect religion. They're all different paths.
I like Ganesh.
Yes, but he would fall under the Hindu path.
Right.
And I'm saying, if you're going to have a religion, why not have a religion where everyone else's faith is compatible? So you're just on a different road to the same place. And now, I probably got some things wrong in Hinduism, and people who understand Hindu really well can correct me in the comments. I probably do need some correction.
Okay, we're going to take a little bit of a tangent here, and I'm going to talk about spies and spy novels. Do you have a favorite spy novel, and what is it? And then the reason I put this under the tag of church and state is, spies are basically government sponsored. So the second part of the question is, what do you think about government-sponsored spying?
Yeah, I'll name novels. I like Greg Isles. It's called Black oh, I forget. It's about like Hitler and spies like that. I like Ken Follett. His
Eye of the Needle. Okay.
stuff like that. Even that, what is it about St. Petersburg? That's a spy novel. It's a really tight, packed one. Do you remember it?
I have not read that. It's on the list of things to read.
Yeah, I like Follett.
For favorite spy novel, it would be The Spy Who Came In From the Cold by Jean Le Carré. I think that perfectly captures the atmosphere of the Cold War. And Lamus, I believe, is the main character's name. And you don't understand how elaborate this game is of spying until the very end of the novel. And when you get to the end of the novel, it's going to get relate to my wife's second question. I think it was, is it justifiable, or
What do you think of government?
what do I think of government spying? And it's a dirty business. But the only problem is, if you don't do that dirty business, the opposing side is going to do the dirty business. So you're both in it together, and you both have to go as low and as dirty as possible to succeed.
Now, did Le Carré write, what's that, Tinker Tailor?
Tinker Tailor Soldier Pie. Yes. It is part of his George Smiley series. Now, The Spy Who Came In From the Cold is going to be a mild spoiler, but that is a George Smiley novel. George Smiley has about 5 pages in that novel out of 190 or something. But then all of a sudden you say, oh, George Smiley's been there on every page, which makes it a very interesting novel.
Okay.
Well said.
Yeah. It is a dirty business. Okay, I think I just have one last question for this, and it's another way tangent. Henry VIII was both the king and the head of state for the Church of England. He made himself the head of state, or the head of the Church of England, right? Have you read any books set during the reign of Henry VIII? And if so, tell us about one of them.
Is Wolf Hall?
Yes.
See, I haven't read that. That's on my shelf.
I've read Wolf Hall and Bring Up the Bodies, both by Hilary Mantel. She won the Booker Prize for both novels. And it is a novel, basically, he's not narrator, but he's the main character in both of them. And he was King Henry's right-hand man, and how he raised power, and how he helped King Henry become the not only the head of England, but the head of the church. And it's all about power play. There is a scene in the second book where King Henry is out jousting and he falls off his horse and he hits his head really hard, and they think he is dead. And it is just like this, oh shit moment, the king is dead. And it again, it is all about power. The thing is, it's less about religion than it is about power. Even though he is technically the head of the religion, he is the head of the religion because he wants to be the head of power. As is narrated in these books, I don't see the king truly interested in religion, just in the power.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't his main motivation so that he could marry Anne Boleyn? And he was not allowed to divorce his first wife, right?
Yes, the Catholic Church would not grant him a divorce. So he devised his own religion where he could grant himself a divorce.
Wow.
So he could marry Anne Boleyn. But then again, if you know history, it turned out, well, I didn't really want Anne Boleyn after all. Not a man you really want to mess with or know.
Yep, Henry VIII.
Well, that was my final question in this tag.
Right.
Set of questions. So
All right.
thank you for answering. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
And thanks to my wife for writing
Chris,
these.
yeah.
My wife Chris for writing these answers. Now we have to tag people again. I am going to tag my pal Michael K. Vaughan.
And I'll tag my friend over in England, Roz, is Scallydandling about the books.
Okay. Thank you for watching this tag.
Right.
Goodbye.
See you later.
See you later.